Happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Chef Amma is my guest, and we're having a conversation. Now, Chef Amma, you are a chef, right?
Yes, I'm a chef.
What do you chef?
Okay, well, I make a lot of the Ghanaian dishes that we're all used to, the jollof.
Oh, you make jollof?
The wache, the contomere with plantain, the red sauce, all of that. All of the things we're used to.
Oh, wow. You make all these?
Yes.
Now, the interesting thing, now, before you came into the studio, many were those who sent in questions, and they want to know, how old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
16, right?
16.
16. Why did you decide to go into cooking?
Okay, well, I've always loved cooking ever since I was much younger. I started cooking at 3 with my family, with my auntie, and it kind of went from there. When I was 5, they asked me what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to pursue a passion of cooking. And so they started me making cooking shows for young children, and I was making food for my family, but I was also starting to make food for the public. And then I fully started doing that when I was 12. I started my own business with my aunts called Nkwajia. That was back in 2020. So
what?
Nkwajia. Nkwajia. That translates to Tree of Life.
Tree of Life.
Yes.
Nkwajia, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now, talking about your childhood and how you wanted to be what you have become now, walk me through your childhood. Where were you born? What kind of parents do you have?
All right. I was born in the U.S., but I've been raised here for basically all of my life. My parents wanted me to be in Ghana because it's a beautiful place with beautiful culture and beautiful people and food and all of that. They wanted me to grow up in the motherland next to my own roots. So those are the types of parents I have, the ones that want me to be on the motherland with the Black people and that want me to prosper and follow my passion.
What kind of family were you raised in?
Well, I have 4 siblings. I live with my parents, my grandmother, and my aunt comes to visit sometimes, and I see her a lot, so yes.
Are you happy that you are a chef?
Yes, I'm very happy that I'm a chef. I believe that I think I can be an inspiration for other children who want to...
Are you a child? Are you a child?
Yes, I am.
Really? At 16?
I'm a teenager.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you're going to be an inspiration for other teenagers?
For other teenagers and maybe for children as well? Yes.
Wow.
So I actually did a cooking class with a 5-year-old child recently. He only liked eating lemons, so I decided I was going to create some recipes that I could do with him that included lemons, and he went on to start his own lemonade business, and he's been going to events and all of these things, selling his lemonade. So I think that's one of the ways that I inspire children to also start their own businesses at a young age and follow their passions.
You were born in America. You saw all the glitz and glamour of America. Of course, you were quite young when you were brought over here. But I know that you visit America once in a while. Since you came to Ghana, you've visited America a couple of times, right?
I'd say once.
Once. Do you like Ghana?
Yes, I very much enjoy Ghana. I think it's much better than the U.S.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
I know where you live. You are almost in a jungle, you know, right there in the bush there. Electricity is all coming from solar and all that. You are so close to the trees and the plants and probably even some wild animals in the bush there. Is that the kind of life you want?
I think that's a misconception, really. I think it's a lot fancier than people are led to believe. It's actually very beautiful out there. We have a view where you can see the rolling hills over the mountains. It's actually very beautiful out there. I grow my own herbs out there, my own seasonings for my food. And I think that's one of the things that makes my food different, because I'm not using the Maggi cube or the seasonings that are already put together. I'm deciding, hey, I want to put this amount in, I want to put this in, I want to put in the famwisa, the sorowisa, the prekese. and getting to grow my own seasonings and getting to put in seasonings that are from the motherland are one of the things that makes it really unique and special.
Do you miss city life when you are out there?
I don't think I got to experience much of the city life. I think one of the things I do miss is my family members, but they do come to Ghana every once in a while, and I talk to them a lot over the phone, so I don't think there's really much to miss from over there.
Interesting. Now let me get into your cooking proper. Now you cook a lot of Ghanaian dishes, right?
Yes.
Okay. You cook American dishes as well?
Yes, we do have international dishes on the menu.
What are the international dishes?
So we have like a pasta bake, so it's kind of like pasta with the olives, with the sauce, all of that. We have shawarma wrap, so like the sauce with the greens and all of that stuff. So just a few international dishes that Ghanaians don't eat on a day-to-day basis.
Which is your favorite dish?
Overall, or
Overall.
well, I'm working on perfecting a recipe for palm nut soup.
Palm nut soup?
Yes, I enjoy that very much. I enjoy making it. I enjoy eating it. So.
Do you create your own dishes as well, apart from the regular ones that everybody knows?
Yes, I do create my own dishes. So I'm not sure if you're too familiar, but there is a grain. It does come from Ghana. It's called fonio. I enjoy it very much. It goes very well with consomme. I enjoy it like that very much. But I kind of did like a jollof sort of thing with jollof with kind of like a soya meat sort of thing. It was very delicious. I enjoyed making it very much. Everyone enjoyed it. Some of the children even stole the rest of the food. So
I see.
You can see that they very much enjoyed it.
I see. Now, how do you get to showcase your talent?
I think I got to showcase my talent a lot when it comes to events or when I'm doing interviews and I'm kind of like preparing things on set. Like usually TV interviews, I'll bring one or two things. I'll show how I make it. I've done some interviews in the past where I've gotten to bring some things and showcase how I make the food. In the past, when I was 5, I started doing the cooking shows, and that's just some of the ways I use to showcase my talent, showcase the ways that I make the food.
All right. Okay. All right. So this is interesting. Do you still go to school, or you are done with school?
I think I have about 2 more years left of school, but I do online schooling. I do online schooling, and that allows me a little more to pursue my career, to focus a little bit more on my passion, because I'm not really tied down to one location. I can move around with my schooling, with my assignments. So,
online schooling, is it American online schooling or Ghanaian online schooling? Which one is it?
It's based in the U.S., but it's an African-centered education system.
And what are you studying?
So I'm studying just the regular things that you would study in school: the biology, the science, the math, the history. And when we study history, we study Africa's history. So we learn about Kemet. That's the original name for Egypt. We study about Ghana and the ancient stuff like that. We study some of the history that has gone on in the U.S. for Black people, stuff like that.
And your father is Dr. Kambon, right?
Yes.
How does that make you feel to know that you have a father who is a celebrity in the country?
I'm very proud of it.
Oh my God. Interesting. So her name is Chef Ama, and she is here with Nkwadria, the tree of life.
Yes.
Nkwadria. Oh my God, have mercy. And are you making money?
Yes, I am.
At 16, you are making money.
People very much enjoy the foods I make. I think people are starting to see that that Ghanaian dishes You know, what I do is plant-based food. It's vegan food. So I don't use meat or any dairy products with my food. I think people are starting to see that you can still eat the Ghanaian dishes without the meats, without the stuff like that. Like shito can be made without the fish and it can still taste amazing. The wacha can be made without
fish and meat and all that.
The gobe, it can be eaten without the egg, without
which
the
one? The
like
what?
that. Gobe, beans and plantain.
Okay, so the gobe can be made without meat and what?
Without the egg.
Without the egg? Oh, wow. So all your food is plant-based?
Yes.
It looks like this is where I have landed finally. Those of us who don't eat flesh and bones and meat and blood and all that, this is Nkwadua right here for you with Chef Ama. What is the difference between Chef Ama and Nkwadua?
Chef Ama is basically kind of like the name I have for myself.
Okay.
And Nkwadua is the business. So we do so we do the catering, we do takeout, we do events, stuff like that. So that's the business. But Chef Ama is like my personal.
Do you take orders as well?
Yeah, we take orders.
And you can cook anything?
Yes, anything that's on the menu.
Interesting. So if the client now tells you, okay, Ama, I need you to cook for about 2,000 people, it's going to be a very big fashion, would you be able to meet that? 2,000 people, honestly. It's too much for
Honestly, I don't think we're at that capacity yet, to be very honest with you. I think the most we've done is about 200 people.
Okay, so you can't do 2,000?
I can't do 2,000.
What would you do if you had such an offer?
If I had such an offer,
you turn it down and say, no, we can't do it. Or we cook for only 200, the rest of them can go to hell.
that would be a little bit harsh. I think I would say it in a more polite way.
Okay. How would you say, what are you going to tell them? You cook for only 200 and the rest of them can maybe drink water for the rest of the occasion?
Yes, they'll have to drink water. I'm kidding.
This is 3FM.
Now answer this. Now, if you are asked to come cook for the 200, which is your maximum capacity for now, tell me. And they say, listen, these people want some meat, some flesh in their food. Will you do it?
No, because I don't work with the meat or the flesh or anything like that. But what I would do is, there's some vegans out there who are fine with having no meat substitutes. But if I have to cater to people who prefer that, then I can put like a meat substitute like the soya and marinate it and all the seasonings, make it taste very good.
They don't like all your soya. All they want is some goat meat or some cow meat, not substitutes. They want the original. Would you do it?
No, I will not do it.
You will not do it?
No.
Why? Any reason?
Well, I specialize in making plant-based foods only, and I specialize in encouraging people to try something new. So
okay, so
it's not really a focus on you must leave the meat, you must not eat it anymore, but it's about encouraging people to try something new, to add something new to their diets.
So it's just because it's a specialty when it comes to plant-based food.
Yes.
No other reason for the meat and the fish and all that?
I don't eat it myself.
Why?
It's how I was raised.
Oh, you were raised not to eat goats and sheep and that?
Yes, and I don't have a desire to.
And you didn't find out why? You were just raised and then you followed it like that?
Yes.
Okay, you have no other reason. I was raised to not eat flesh. I was raised to cook plant food. That's it?
I don't like the killing of animals. Yes.
I knew you were coming to that. You don't like the killing of animals.
I also don't think it's healthy for us. Recently, I went into some research and I actually taught a seminar where I talked about how the human body isn't necessarily optimized to eat meat. So we can eat meat, but we're not necessarily optimized to eat it in that way.
All right. right, so I'm going to close this beautiful interview right now by asking you a very final question. Do you remember when you were 12 years?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
12 years.
Yes.
All right. Have you heard about a 12-year-old getting married to a fetish priest? Well, I wouldn't say a fetish priest, Wulomo in Ghana. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I've seen an article about it. I didn't read too much into it, but I did see it.
What do you think about it? Traditional reasons and 12-year-old to an almost 70-year-old, well, almost 65-year-old man.
I think when we are young, we need to be given some time to fully realize who we are, fully understand what we want to do in life before we go into marriage, go into things like that. I believe if I had been 12 and I had not been given that choice, I would not be where I am now. And I believe children at that age should be given that time to fully realize who they want to be before they go into kind of adult matters sort of thing.
At 16, are you ready for marriage? By our laws in Ghana, 16 is okay for you to get married. Are you ready?
No,
You are 16.
I'm not ready.
Why?
I think I have a lot of work to do for myself.
Oh, it's a personal thing.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of work to do on myself as a person. In terms of my career, I still have time. I still have a lot of time to still spend with family.
Okay. I mean, 16 is the age of consent in Ghana, and 18 is the age of marriage, right? Okay. So, Chef Amma is in the house and she's about to leave us. Any other thing you have to add, please flow that.
All right. Well, if you want to get in contact with us at Nkwajia, you can message us on SMS. You can message us on WhatsApp. Our number is 025
025
750
750
7085.
7085.
Thank you.
And
Should I say it
any other-
again?
Yeah.
025
025
750
750
7085.
7085.
Yes. So
All right.
text us on WhatsApp, message us on SMS.
And when you
We'll
call
get in
her, she
contact.
will give you some good food. All
Yes.
right? All right. Thank you so much, Chef Amma, for coming on the show. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to engaging with you even more. So you can make some very good food for us and all that. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're
Well,
welcome.
anyone who comes on the show, I give them the opportunity to request any reggae music of their choice. And we have every reggae song you can think about. And we'll play that for you. Which is your choice? Reggae?
Myself?
Yeah.
Okay. Bob Marley, Don't Worry About a Thing.
Bob Marley, Three Little Bears. That's the title, Three Little Bears. I'll give it to you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Chef Amma is her name.